The Gilded Age was an age of invention. The inventions from this time led to the modern inventions we have now. The traffic light started as a pole in the middle of an intersection and is now a high-tech suspended light system. The car went from a bumpy ride that no one could afford to a classic car that everybody of the time had, to the most modern and edgy car on the road. The Peanuts went from just food to shampoo and lotions and oils at the hands of George Washington Carver. He also helped turn dead crops into prosperous lands that gave food and supplies year-round. Bad train brakes forced us to upgrade for safety. The old ones were a rudimentary system with a train brake in each car. The new ones were one brake in the front of the car, controlled by the engineer. Henry Ford was born July 30th, 1863. He paved the way for all of the big industries we have now. Henry Ford started the idea of an assembly line with an 8-hour workday and a guaranteed wage. Everyone had a specific part of the car that they built. He also introduced replaceable parts. If a single part of the car broke, you could go and get that part replaced and not have to replace the whole thing. Ford tried 3 times to start his own car company. By the 3rd try, he finally figured it out. The Ford Motor Company was born. It began production in 1903 with the Model A. The Model A, B, and C sold so well, when the Model N came out, everyone wanted it. This pushed Ford to create the Model T, and to put his initial ideas about making more cars for less money into practice. All of his ideas were correct. It was the world's largest selling car. It was lightweight and extremely powerful for its time. The Model T was a 4-cylinder. The car could also hold 5 passengers. The Model T was the first car to not be made exclusively for the rich. The first appearance of the Model T was in Olympia, London. In the show alone, they sold 250 models at $850 each. Official production began in October 1908. In the first year, they sold 17,000 cars. By 1923, the price dropped by almost half. The Model T forced the West into the 20th century by being so accessible to everyone. The production of the Model T ended in 1928, 20 years after the production started. Within those 20 years, over 15 million cars were made and sold. The Model T and Henry Ford paved the way for future generations. Go.
Garrett Morgan was given credit as the inventor of the traffic signal based on his T-shaped design. It was patented in 1923, but he eventually sold his rights to General Motors. Ernest Searing patented the first automatic street traffic system in 1910. His system used non-illuminated words. They were stop and proceed. William Gillery patented the first traffic signal with red and green lights. The system could either be manual or automatic. William Potts invented several unpatented traffic lights, including an overhanging 4-way red, green, and yellow light system. His was the first use of a yellow light.
Go. Go. Before George Westinghouse invented the air brake in 1872, trains were stopped with a brake similar to that of a bicycle, a pad that bore down on the side of a wheel, forcing it to stop. The two main problems were that the pads would wear out very quickly, and those brakes were not at all activated by the same lever. There was one in each car that had to be pulled in rapid succession to each other. This caused many problems. The air brake that Westinghouse invented used compressed air to push the wheels into the rail in a block. The main difference is that the braking system of the entire train could be initiated with the pull of one lever. The braking system used in trains now is modeled closely after Westinghouse's brake.
Go!
The Wright brothers changed the world with their invention. They began experimenting in 1896 when they worked in a bicycle shop in Dayton, Ohio. They started by building a glider to get balance and wing style. The brothers took their glider to Kitty Hawk Beach and performed over 700 test flights. They chose Kitty Hawk because of the constant wind that added lift. After the success of the glider, they began building the engine. They built it themselves because no car company made one light or powerful enough for the plane. On December 17, 1903, Orville Wright flew the first airplane. It traveled 120 feet and gained an altitude of 12 feet. The Wright brothers' plane made for more advanced warfare, especially in World War II. The airplane also impacted travel. Without the brothers, Amelia Earhart wouldn't be a household name. That flight on December 17, 1903, led to many wonderful things in the future.
You know what would be cool? Is if we could actually fly. George Washington Carver was a chemist, researcher, revered educator, social activist, and an agricultural scientist. He noticed that the cotton crops weren't doing so well, so he tried growing peanuts, sweet potatoes, and cowpeas to help enrich the soil, thus creating crop rotation. He taught farmers about crop rotating, helping to improve the lives of over 10,000 people. He also laid down groundwork for organic farming and contemporary research on plant-based fuel and medicines. He was devoted to chemurgy, a term used for scientists and agriculturists who use chemistry to find non-food uses for any surpluses. He used the peanut to produce new products such as milk, Worcestershire sauce, cooking oils, and even cosmetics.